What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Uh, I might try to bring Mark in here in a few minutes here, but we'll give me a second here. But yeah, so thank you, Roger, by the way, for setting that up for me, and thanks, Mark, for setting up Roger. And we'll just keep the thing going. We just need a couple people after I get off to continue all the way throughout the night. So but yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. Appreciate it. I hope that video played for you guys while, because for me, when I was looking at the stream test, it stopped for me. So I hope everything was going well for you guys. It says it's green and everything's working, but never know. Yeah, the news channel tonight at 8. Uh, but I will try to bring Mark in here, and let's see if I can break the internet while I do that. But I got a couple questions here for just some fun drone slash my channel trivia and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I'll start some of that off. I'm gonna try to do it like every 10 minutes or so is kind of my time frame there. But I'm gonna try to bring Mark in here on Skype if Mark is wanting to come in. Let's see. I could also the raid is on. Yes, thank you, Roger, for coming in and rating. And everybody, I just want to make sure, is everything looking right on the screen for you guys? I've been trying to get this little cool guy here to my, let's see, it would be to my left. I've been trying to get this thing right here. Oh my gosh, I can't, no. Yeah, that thing, holy cow, I can't point. I've been trying to get that thing to do its little thing because it actually, like, the drone spins and stuff, but I don't know. It hasn't been working for me. I don't know if it works for you guys. So let's see if I can open up Skype and get Mark in here and actually do this all while keeping everything going correctly at the same time. Hey, Adam, what's up? Mr. 84, guys, by the way, any bad stories you want to hear about me from, like, I don't know, age 16 on, Mr. 84 is the one who has them, and he's probably in most of the bad stories with me from age 16 on. Yeah, I am not Vanna White. I am definitely not Vanna White. My hair is starting to grow back, though. Like, you can't even see my skin through the hair anymore as much. It's not animated, Gary. Ah, yeah. Oh, hey, Ashley's in here. My wife, by the way, guys, Ashley Warden Family, that is my wife's channel. Check it out. I'm on there as well, and I'm as goofy as I usually am. But also a lot of stuff of our kid, which, oh, by the way, I have to show you guys our kid's newest trick. I'm going to show you guys this. This is our kid's newest trick. It is absolutely hilarious. Hold on. Watch this, guys. Okay. Watch this kid. Watch him. Oh, yeah, the scowl. My dad taught him this, by the way. So he'd literally get him to do it on command. Oh, goodness. Colin, look at me. Gonna do it again once more. Colin. And here Colin. Isn't that good? Naked in a jail. That wasn't me, Adam. That was you. That one must have been one I was not a part of. I don't know why Skype is not opening here to call Mark. That's a little weird. But hey, Food Forest, what's up? And Midwest Drones, how are you doing? Gary, Centroid, and Roger are in here. Mark, Bearded Phantom, how's it going? And let's see here. We got Paul Murray, of course, as well. Junk Pick. Oh, hey, Junk Pick, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while. I keep missing your stuff too, so I need to really remind myself. Drone Tread on me. How's it going? Corey, man, how are you? Glad to see you guys all. Just want to do a quick check-in and see how everybody's doing and who all is in here. I don't know why I can't get Skype to come up there, Mark. I got OBS, everything's working well here, but Skype just seems to be giving me some of the it's just technical difficulties, yeah. But let's see if I can get this to go a different way here. Come on now, Skype, where are you at? Yeah, this is great video here. Me looking and not, I don't know. It's not working. I'll try it again here in a little bit. Yeah, I can do Hangouts if needed. I haven't set that up yet though in here, but I can probably do that. It's not that I don't have everything set up, it's just that the program won't. I'm just gonna quit it and then reopen it, I guess. But anyways, you know what, guys? We'll just do a drone trivia question here while we wait for me to figure out my computer. Oh, so here is one, okay? And we'll see who can get it first. But I just want everybody to shout out your guess. Even if you're not first, just shout it out. So here, trivia question number 1 is, how close to an airport can you fly indoors? How close to an airport can you fly indoors? Most of these are going to be trivia questions about drones. Some of them will be about my channel. And I just plan on doing this a little bit each week. Let's see. Gary, I think you kind of got it there. Let's see. Yeah, so everybody, and just type it in chat when you guys figure it out. How close to an airport can you fly if you are indoors? Hey, Kids Creativity and Fun, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, by the way. Appreciate it. And if you guys can, please do not forget to hit that like button if you can. It helps me out. It brings in new people for all of us to meet and all that good stuff and stuff. Yep, Paul, you got it. Yeah, Gary kind of had it, alluded to it as well in the airport. So if you are indoors, there are no regulations for how close to an airport or how close to anything you can fly, as long as you obviously have permission to fly wherever you're flying in. So you can't just go into some random person's house and be like, well, yeah, but I came here to fly my drone. Let me in the kitchen. No, but as long as whoever owns the property or whatever is cool with you flying in there, you can fly, like Gary said, in the airport if the airport lets you fly in there. So, yeah, good job, you guys. Good job. And then let's see here. I am not able to get it to work here. I don't know why. It's being weird on me, Mark. When one program you get figured out and you get it all working right, another one has to take its place as being the problem child. It's all just a little weird. Yeah, I don't know why. It's acting like it's opening and then hiding somewhere in my, I don't know, whatever it is. But anyways, so a couple things I got going on Hey, Jerry, what's up? John Klopp, how are you doing? So a couple things that I got going on. Um, this weekend, we're going up to the cabin. The family is going up to the cabin, and I guess the river is like almost completely froze over, except for a couple places where it's kind of boiling up by the above the ice or whatever. But so might have a really cool video there and some stuff to do. But we're going to be up at the cabin this weekend, so that's always nice to be up there. There is no internet. It's kind of relaxing, just family time. The daughter really wants me to make a fort with a tunnel in it in the snow because there's, I guess, 4 or 5 feet of snow up there at least, something like that. So we're going to be making snow tunnels and playing outside and all that stuff. And then also tomorrow, I have kind of a interesting drone job to do. I am so one of the towns near me is having a problem with graffiti in one of their parks. And so our building that we have for our business is actually in a position with its roof height and all that stuff to be able to put a camera on and it can see the whole park. And so they're wanting to put a camera up there and kind of have it oscillate and be able to watch the park and stuff. But they want to make sure that everything will be visually what they saw because they ran and walked around the park and they could see the top of our building from everywhere in the park. But they want to see what the camera would see looking around the, I guess, the park from the camera's angle. So I'm tomorrow going to be flying for the town and the contractor that they have setting up these cameras. I'm going to be flying up there to look at the park with my drone and get a perspective of what the camera is going to see from its perspective and where it will be sitting on top of our building. So that's going to be kind of cool. And it's right at my job, so I don't even have to go anywhere for the drone job. So that's kind of something I got going up tomorrow. Never thought of using a camera to figure out how a camera will work, but that's basically what I'm doing. Yeah, no problem. We'll see you in a few there, Junk Pick. Absolutely. And again, guys, if you're just coming in, please hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it. So, and if you guys meet anybody new in here, absolutely feel free to talk to each other, give each other some support and stuff. I just know like begging for it or anything. You know, that's the only thing that I don't like to see. But absolutely support each other and stuff. It's more than fine. Um, yeah, so Jerry, they won't have similar field of view, but the one that they're going to be putting up there is going to be an oscillating camera. They just want to make sure that obstacles in the way won't really hamper the view of the camera from our building because they were able to see our building from all these points and angles in the park, but that doesn't mean that the view from our building will be able to see that direction very well. But the camera is going to be controllable and it's going to be on an auto oscillate and kind of, I guess there's going to be somebody who, if they want to, can manually zoom in and look at areas of the park. Well, that's kind of what they're setting up. And they just want to see if I can look at and make sure that all the areas that they've been having problems with are viewable by a camera on top of our building. Not thermal, Paul. So it's just going to be RGB regular cameras. And I think they're going to have a zoom on them up to 7, 8 times or something like that. But yeah, okay, Gary. So I guess that's true. I never thought about that, but and I do have another job that I'm going to be doing. They want a view from what would be the second story balcony of this house being built on a hill around here. They want to see what the view would be, and they want to put that in their, I guess, real estate listing because they want to kind of show this is what your view is going to be. So you know, I guess it's not that out of norm. It's just the fact that I'm only taking camera view for what will be a camera position view. Interesting, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. and Mark, I don't know what's going on. I'm giving up on Skype, so yeah, I'll see if I can try Hangouts here and bring you in that way. Um, let's see here. This I have not tried to do while I was live, guys, so let's hope that I can actually get this to work. I'm not sure it will necessarily. At least I know I can get the video feed, but I don't know if I'll be able to get your microphone feed. We'll see, Mark. But all right. I don't know if this is going to work, but hey, you know what? We'll try it, guys. We'll try it. And while I am bringing those people in, hopefully, then I will read you guys. Let's see, make sure I'm not reading the same one. Yep. Okay. I will read you guys another drone question here. And got this one. Okay. So, you guys, at what age can you register a drone yourself? What age can you register a drone in the United States? That is, it might be different in Canada. I'm not sure, but in the United States, what age can you register a drone? Just say your guesses in the chat, wrong or right. This is all just for fun. There's nobody's winning anything, or I'll give you a really strong pat on the back and congrats. I see one person got it right. I'm not going to say who yet, but one person has got it right so far. Okay, now I'm going to say two, and then you guys are all going to know what the answer is. Yeah, it's at 13 years old is when you can register a drone on the FAA website. But you need to use a credit card to register the drone, and so you might have to have mom and dad there to do it for you. So, but let's see here. I don't know if I invited everybody correctly, or Mark and Roger might not be clicking on it. Yeah, it helps if we have audio. Yeah, it would help if we have audio. Did you not get it? Hold on here. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, Mark, and I will send it to you via, not quite snail mail, but it's getting there. Now email is kind of like an older way of doing mail to a lot of people. It's all text and stuff now, right? So let's see here, Mark. I don't see you in the top area here for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, I should organize my email a little better, especially if I'm going to be adding people in all the time, but I don't, I guess. So, and then also, guys, like I said, anybody who wasn't in here in the very beginning, Ashley Ward and family, that's my wife. So check out her channel. Lots of fun stuff with the family. She does a very good job at doing vlog style stuff. I'm terrible at it. I mean, I don't think I've done one of my Minute with Russ videos in like a month. So, but I don't know. It is what it is. But she does way better than I do. She's got the vlogging thing down. I just am much better at doing drones, and I'm kind of starting to learn this this live stuff here a little bit. But she's actually putting the kid to bed, so she might come on here in a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes he goes right to sleep, and sometimes he does not. All right, so Mark, I sent you the link to the Google Hangouts window. And we'll see if you can make it in. If you can, if you can't, you can't. That's fine. But and then let's see, what else did I have to talk about tonight? Oh yeah, I mentioned this I think a little bit last week, but I was going to maybe ask for all of you guys who have done a. Hey, there he is. Let's see. Can you hear me, Mark? Can I hear you? Yep, I hear you. Okay, now hold on a second. Oh, no. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to bring Mark in here. We'll see here. We'll see if I can do this. It's all right. Wait. I don't see it. Oh, he's not in here anymore, is he, huh? Well, there he is. All right, hold on. Oh, that's all right. Let's see here if I can get this. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I am hearing you on your headset. I am not getting this window correctly, though. Hold on, I don't have anything set up for myself. I'm going to use the studio. Yeah, I'm going to put you in the studio here. And sorry, everybody. I'm trying to bring Mark in, but we'll see how well this works. And put that. Did you? Yeah, I got your image. All right. Now let's see if I can bring you in here as window capture. Sorry, guys, I'm talking out loud as I'm doing everything. Oh, it will be much quicker as I get better, if that makes sense for everybody. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's see now. Do I have? Oh wait, I have to do your. I have to do your thing. I don't think anybody else can hear you, so I'm literally everybody's hearing me talk to myself. What I should probably do is while I'm doing this, I'm going to read another, and this one will actually maybe take a little bit of diving in for you guys to figure out. So this might be the best trivia question to read out for you guys right now. So, what is the name of my oldest video on my channel? And it's really old, way before I started making all these regular videos. So what's the name of my oldest video? If you guys find that out, whoever first one to find that out, mad props to you because there's no searching for it on Google. I don't think. All right, so I'm gonna have to do an audio input capture or output capture. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Now let's see. Go ahead and say something if you can.
I think I can say something. Sure.
All right.
Testing.
I think I got you.
There you go.
Cool.
Hello.
Awesome. So now I can bring everything back up to have all my chat and all that stuff. And we got Mark in here, and it's so much easier to have somebody else's voice to bounce stuff off of when you're doing this. It's so
absolutely
much tougher to do it yourself when there's literally nothing but silence on the other side.
Yeah. Confirmation, Kings and Darwin, Canadian Drone Hub, they can hear us both. That's good. Success, sir. Success.
Excellent. We got it. Hey, Val, how are you doing? I'm glad everybody. Yeah, no,
Val's
Paul,
in.
I was
nice.
Yeah, Val's in here. Paul, I had him in here, but I didn't have his audio, so I wanted to change it over just to, I don't know. It's easier to transition and have something with me that's working correctly and then try to do everything.
Now the looks like I'm frozen.
Oh, are you frozen?
Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Google Beard. Yeah, I'm frozen on your stream, but give it a second. I mean, I'm looking at myself in Google Hangouts. I'm moving, but my picture on your screen is not. Do you have my window minimized?
Yes, I do actually. Does that matter?
Yeah. If you have just put it behind you just click on it. Just put it behind your scene, and you know what I mean. Just have it open, but have whatever you want to watch over top of it. If you minimize me and put me in that lower tray, it'll freeze that stupid look on my face. There we go.
That is really good to know. So if you're doing something really dumb, and I want to make sure it's documented well for everybody, I just minimize that window.
Yeah, trust me, I do dumb things all the time, so that's not going to be a stretch to find one of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, yeah, Val just showed up. I don't know. Did you see it, Mark? The Colin's newest trick that I showed?
Yes, the scowl was amazing.
Yes. So Val, I will show this again to you. Hold on a second. Mark, they may not hear you while I do this.
That's okay.
But you want to know what? They actually probably will hear you.
Okay.
Because I'm going to add you into this scene because that audio is not hard to do. Okay. So, by the way, go ahead.
I was going to say, Kings and Darwin has informed me that he's now stalking me. So I have arrived. I have my own personal YouTube stalker now.
Excellent. Excellent.
And he even says, nobody puts Centroid in the corner. Remember that, sir.
Kings and Darwin, you know, you got to send fan mail with like lipstick as the sealant or whatever is for the envelope.
Okay. Now you've gone too far.
All right. But anyways, guys, so this is my son with his newest trick that my dad, his grandpa, taught him.
Oh, his grandpa taught him that.
Oh, yeah.
Colin,
his grandpa taught him this. He does it on command for him.
Oh, goodness. Colin, look at me. Colin.
You got to get a snapshot of that. Make that your screensaver.
Oh, yeah.
Colin.
Teaching the kid attitude at a young age. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Now, I hope Val is listening. She's streaming, I think, Val's streaming 7 o'clock on Sunday, right? Is that when she's doing her thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I got some good news and I got some bad news for you, Val. I'm going to wait for you to type in the chat what you want to hear. The good news or the bad news? I'm just gonna wait. This is the only awkward part when you want to get a response from somebody and you have to wait.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, exactly.
you get that dead time.
Yeah.
So again, I'm waiting to see if she wants the good news or the bad news first.
I'm looking up here if
she wants the bad news first. Dennis and I scheduled the interview with him for Sunday night, 7 o'clock. I thought we were avoiding that. Now, you want to hear the good news? I'm sure she wants to hear it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say
Go ahead.
Speaking with Dennis, we were able to rearrange it for Saturday night, 7 o'clock. So hopefully I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. So we're clear. We both agreed there's no way we were going to interfere with your stream. So not that anybody would ditch her to come to mine anyway, but why take the chance, right?
There you go. Yeah, and by the way, yes, a couple people figured out that my earliest video I have ever done is this is how you decommission a water cooler or decommission water coolers.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, it was drinking water coolers. And I don't know if I can play it on here as from YouTube. I think the loop of going back to YouTube and then trying to upload to YouTube might break like some kind of like quantum field mechanics or something.
Oh, I know. It broke my computer a few times. I know that.
Yeah. But what it is I work for a drinking water cooler company. My dad runs it, and I've been working at it since I was, 19 years old. So 16, 17 years I've been doing this. But we tear our old water coolers down that are, the compressors don't work on anymore. Or they're just, bad coolers or whatever. And our coolers used to have these plastic shells that went around them, and we would take the plastic shells off so that we could recycle the metal and all that other stuff. And so basically my oldest video ever is me and my two brothers like running up and at the same time like jump kicking some of these plastic shells of water coolers.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Now I'm assuming this is not a typo, or if it is, regardless, Bearded Phantom says you need a secretary.
I don't think that's a typo.
Especially with the LOL after it.
Yeah. But a free week of babysitting his little boy. Oh, Val would love to. She would absolutely love to. We do need to come down and see Val at one of these points. I would love to go to the Boise Zoo at some point in time. Because, Val's only... she's in the same state as this, but we are in the far north and she's in the far south. So it's like a 7-hour drive still to get to her.
Well, good news, Russ. Apparently you have a secretary. You're good.
Yeah, I do have a secretary.
That's just a weird word to say. I gotta stop.
It is. It's hard to say. And then trying to say it over and over again just makes it that much more odd for everybody else that's like ... thinking in the chat. I thought I sent the thing to Roger as well, but it's late for him. It's 10:30, so
I don't know how you sent it the first time. My phone rang on the Google Hangouts on my phone, but I never got the link in the mail. So I'd only put that on there once for Roger, so I don't know. How did you send it the first time? I'm curious.
So the first time is if you have Google Hangouts as basically as a program on your computer. Uh-oh. Well, I just lost Mark, guys. He'll be back. He'll be back. But he will be back. Practice makes perfect. Yes. Hey, Kieran, how are you doing? What is up? Yes, everybody, please leave. There he is. He's back.
No, I just did the same thing that poor Rodney did on my channel. I told him not to worry about it because I've done it before, and there I go and do it myself. I went to click on somebody's link to see if I had them. I had them, so I closed the window. Didn't realize I closed the whole window that Google Hangouts was in too.
Yeah. Oh, it happens. It definitely happens. So I've done it before when I was on my phone. The first few times I came on Roger's channel, I only knew how to do it from my phone. Didn't do it from the computer or anything like that. So I would go and try to click a link, and I would completely close out of the thing. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving Google Hangouts its own window now and its own tab, and so hopefully that won't happen again if I want to check
gosh.
these.
What do I have going on here? Is that playing for you guys?
What's that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I had some other sound coming through my headphones. I wonder if that played for everybody else. I have no clue. Some piano sound or something. Anyways, I broke the YouTubes. Dude, on a weekly basis, I have a feeling something will break on the YouTubes.
Well, if there's any consolation, Russ, there's hope for all of us now, because that last stream I did with Rodney, with Google Hangouts, with the sound, seemed, unless everybody was being polite, to go flawlessly. Probably the first time ever in my career of OBS.
Yeah, I went on your stream earlier, and all I saw was just scenes from Aquaman playing over and over again. I don't know what that's about.
Aquaman?
I'm just joking.
Who the heck watches Aquaman? I know you're joking now. Aquaman's like the most I don't know, least likely superhero that anybody would follow.
Have you seen the movie?
No. Is it good?
It's pretty decent. The special effects are pretty good in it. It has I don't remember that guy's name. What's that guy's name? My wife's gonna run down the stairs and tell me, because she definitely knows his name, if you all know what I mean.
Yes.
There's a little bit of a celeb crush going on there. Something Jason Momoa? Jack Momoa? Something like that.
I am so out of touch with movies these days. I haven't been to a movie in a long time, and I actually don't even watch that much TV anymore, because my life has been sucked into YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Wiedemann says YouTube beta sucks. It kind of does in some ways, but there are some analytics in the YouTube beta that you can't get in the regular one here that I like.
Yep.
So
I like, it's almost real time. It's almost instantaneous. You don't have to wait a couple days for updates. That's one thing about it I like.
Yeah, I do too. The only, you know what I really hate about it the absolute most? It's almost impossible to get back from YouTube beta to the original one.
Yeah, you have to play around with that a little bit. And if I'm not mistaken, on the original one, you could like do a range, like a sliding scale of what you want to see in your analytics, where here you only have, so you can pick the last 7 days, 30 days, lifetime. Before you could look like you could slide the bars in time period. I don't know.
Okay, I tried to get the center monitor video playing again, and nope, it does not want me to do that in the middle of not transitioning. But so it kind of cuts you out there a little bit. But
so we brought up those ideas about your next goal challenge. I like the idea of the tattoo, particularly the Mike Tyson one.
Yeah, I don't think so. My next gold challenge thing, the tattoo I might do, because
Are you go ahead.
Oh, I don't have any tattoos, but I have always had an idea of a tattoo of my daughter and my son's footprints.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I might do that, and it's a tattoo that I was going to get anyways, but I'll do it live. I don't know. We'll see.
I got another idea.
Oh, I'm willing to hear it.
What's your policy on piercings?
No, I don't want any of those. My policy on piercings is when it happens, I usually have a lot of 4-letter words, and then I put a Band-Aid over it. Yeah, thanks, Bearded Fan. Absolutely. And I have another YouTuber to thank for this backdrop and everything, all that stuff, for helping me set it up and understanding it and all that stuff. His name is Interactive DNA, and he has helped a ton.
Yes, very helpful guy. Very helpful guy.
Yep.
Very patient too.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Paul Murray in the house. He says, "I'm going to say goodnight to you all." He's turning in early, isn't he?
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, Paul,
Well,
I
it is
appreciate you
almost
coming.
11 o'clock. So yeah, Paul,
Yeah,
thanks for coming. John Klops was referring to Mike Tyson, the bit off ear tattoo. No, I was talking about the facial tattoos he's got, but it'd be interesting to find a way to tattoo a bitten off ear. That'd be kind of cool.
I almost got a tattoo 4 or 5 months ago, and I was not of sound mind to get a tattoo at the time. And thank God the tattoo parlor people were like, we're booked until the end of the night, because they were doing like these small little tattoo things until the end of the night for like super cheap. Like I think the one I was going to get was like $18. It was going to be a dancing banana.
Yeah, you would have regretted that one.
Oh, I think so.
and let's face it, most reputable tattoo parlors, I don't have any tattoos, but I have friends who have them. Most reputable places will not let you get a tattoo if you're drunk.
Yeah.
For that reason.
We thought we were hiding it really well, but I don't think so.
Maybe that's why they said they were booked.
Yeah, I think so.
They were being polite. Who knows?
Yeah.
And here's a deal you can't refuse. You get 2K. Bearded Phantom says he does his piercings legally and he'll do it for free.
Yeah. Well, here's what'll happen. I will stream Mark getting a piercing. And then we'll have a live stream reaction cam of his wife's face, like as he gets pierced. No. It will be. It'll look a lot like my son's scowl face that we were playing the video of.
No, you've heard of this swatting thing that goes on in YouTube?
Yeah,
it'd be worse than that.
Yes, I've heard of swatting and stuff. It's something that happened to gamers a lot, and they do it on Twitch and all that.
But I mean, my wife will actually tackle either the piercer or me, the piercee, in the process, and it'll look like I'm being swatted.
Yeah. Mr. Doughboy. Hey, I just happened to be a dancing banana. That is very interesting, Mr. Doughboy.
Dancing banana.
Yeah, hey. Like the dancing banana on like that peanut butter jelly time song video or whatever.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Craigs is in the house. Hey, Kev, how you doing, man?
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Yeah, we won't be seeing Steve from Aerial Views that much. He might do a live stream on Saturday, a quick one, just to let everybody know he's still alive. So no conspiracy streams for a while.
Oh, why is that?
He started his job on the refinery. And if I'm not mistaken, it's at nights particularly, and it's a pretty rigorous, like 6-week stint where you pretty much work 6 weeks straight, and then he's even working the club at least one night a week, and that allows him to live his lifestyle for like almost an entire year after. That's how good the pay is, apparently.
Wow.
So I mean, that's kind of cool. Work 6 weeks a year.
Yeah, I would say.
I'm a teacher. I almost do that now, don't I?
Yeah. My mom, this was her last year. She's retiring after this year, and she is a science teacher, and she does 2 classes of English for 6th graders.
Wow.
And they gave her a whole new science curriculum this year for her last year.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, but she was really happy about it. Really happy.
Are you being sarcastic, or was she really happy?
No, she was not happy.
So.
She was like, yeah, she was not.
Now, I can think of a reason, but I'm sure it doesn't make her any happier. They usually do that to people who know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, she's the leader of her group or whatever of 3 other science teachers. So not only is she the one who, like, they gave, like, they need to learn this and this and this that's going to be on core tests and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But come up with a plan.
It's a feather in her cap, but I'd rather they keep that feather from me the next time if they try that. I don't know what I would do my last year teaching if they gave me a whole new curriculum.
Well, and the funny thing is because of her birthday and all this stuff, she has to come back for the last 3 weeks of next year. But she's going to be like the lunch lady or something like. So I'm just like I have this funny vision of my mom being like, what is that movie where she's like, here, have some sloppy joes.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, that's right. Yes. Yeah, I just imagine my mom like in a hairnet just having like that crackly voice. She doesn't, but I'm gonna tell her she needs to try it at least once.
She's got to watch the movie. She's got to watch the movie. Become the method actor.
Yeah. Jerry, that she almost decided to do that. Jerry said she should just do her thing. What are they going to do? She almost decided to do that, but she's the team lead, and so she would have had 3 other science teachers kind of in the dark. And
Yeah,
she has that. She has that moral of I'm letting the kids down too.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, and I don't want to get educational political here, but sometimes administration doesn't think about how that affects the kids.
yep.
So
Well, she got.
she won't let it, but when they do that, I don't think they think about the impact that it really has on the kids. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, she was sitting there. I mean, she was a little upset, and she was like, "Well, I'm going to do 3 years worth of work on my last year, and all because they can't decide whether Pluto's a planet or not." And just like she was ranting for just a little bit at first, a little while.
Mm. I mean, I had a small version of that where, I've worked in 3 different districts because I moved around, and you get the courses that most people don't want to teach, and then you work your way up. And then I went and moved, and then that again. Then I changed districts, started, and worked my way up again. And I got to the point again where I was teaching the upper level courses, which I really like doing. And then one year they're like, people are complaining that some people have all the good classes, so we're going to spread the wealth. So they used me as the test case. So I went from having all these advanced level classes to having all the low level classes. And, it's a tough bunch. You have more behavioral issues, more challenging. And you know what? I mean, at first I was like, but I enjoy teaching those. There's a lot more energy involved. So I and it was put to me that way that, listen, we want you to show people that you don't have to always do the upper level courses so they don't whine when they get them. I don't know if they were throwing me a line, but I did that for a couple of years, and then boom, I got all my classes back, and they kind of spread the wealth to the other people, basically saying, he did his time, now you do yours. So at least they stayed true to what their plan was. So
Yeah.
it's not like I was doing that all the time.
Yeah, when Mr. Doughboy was saying his only science memory that he has was when the Challenger blew up in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
That was a tough one, yeah. I actually remember I was in high school at the time, so we were obviously close in age, and I oddly enough I remember being home from school that day watching it. Don't know why I was home.
But I was it home. Happened when I was I think Challenger blowing up was in 88. 88.
Then it wasn't when I graduated in 86.
Oh, maybe it could have been 80. I mean, the shuttle program started in 82. So
maybe I could have been home from college. I don't know, but I just remember being home watching it. I remember where I was when when 9/11 happened, and that was a very I was teaching at the time, and that was a very somber experience with the kids and everything. It was it was rough. That was rough to the kids were really, really upset.
Yep. I was a junior in high school when it happened. Mm-hmm. It was, I remember kind of our teacher kind of was like, guys, we're not gonna watch this. We're just gonna go get to work and try to ignore it. And we're like, one of the other kids in my class was like, because we were in history class. He's like, he was like, Mr. Johnson, what history could we learn today that is bigger than this?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I was teaching pre-calculus at the time, and I stopped and I said, guys, I said, I can't. They actually, I remember them projecting it in the auditorium. Kids can go there if they wanted to watch the everything in real time. But a lot of kids chose to stay and talk about it. And we had the radio on at the time, and I couldn't teach calculus. So you're right. Even calculus, what's more important at that point than to figure out what's going on and why it was happening. And I remember just having that discussion with the kids, and I didn't teach math that day. It was talking about, how could you not?
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. And Kings and Darwin is saying, he was like, it happened overnight for him because he was in Australia. So it was like he woke up and like everything had already happened at that point.
I remember standing outside monitoring the auditorium, because they said if you're a teacher and you don't have any students, at least be around the auditorium where most of the students would be. And I remember watching it on the big screen, watching one tower fall and then the other one, and I felt like I was watching a movie. I'm like, this can't be real.
Yeah,
This can't
so
be real.
I was walking out of the door to go because I had what we call 0 hour in high school, and which is like, there's first period, and then if you like, I just wanted to be able to get off of school early, but you can take a 0 hour class and be able to take
Mhm.
more classes if you wanted. So,
Right.
and that it was in 0 hour that I had history, and so when the first one hit, because it was only like 6 something in the morning here in the Pacific Northwest when it
Mhm.
happened. And so I was like on the way out the door to go to my 0 hour class, and my dad was like, "Can you believe this is happening?" I'm like, "Dad, I can't." He's like, "No, this is history, Russ. You need to look at this. Like, this is crazy. This building's on fire." And they didn't even know that it was like an attack at that point yet.
Right.
They just
Everybody's
knew a
wondering
plane
that,
had
like,
crashed.
yeah, how can a plane crash into that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I
I
was
mean,
like, "Dad, I got to go to school. I got to go to school." And by the time I got to school, it was like 5-10 minutes in, and the second one happened, and then just went from there.
all right. It's crazy.
Hey, and welcome back, Kieran. Hey, Tadong Bagai, how's it going? How are you doing? I know I probably butcher your name every time I see you. I at one point in time, I will have to have you say it to me where I have audio, and so I can. I think actually in one of your videos that I watched, you did say it, but I still probably butcher it. I'm pretty bad at that. Guys, so I am going to go to one more, and this one is probably easier for everybody on here because since we're all YouTubers, we kind of all have aspired and looked up to these goals and all this stuff. But so this one is, at how many subscribers does YouTube require you to have before you get your first official YouTube plaque? Do you know what it
Oh,
is, Mark?
They give plaques? Then I guess no, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You get plaques at certain levels of subscribers or whatever. They give you, there's a silver, a gold, and I think that's it. Silver and gold. Maybe there's a diamond one or something. I don't know. Good job, Bearded Phantom.
100,000 subs?
100,000 subs, they give you a silver plaque. Well, it's like clear with like a silver play button in it, and then it says YouTube congratulates, and then it says your channel on 100,000 subs or whatever, and then it has the silver thing, and then it has like the YouTube emblem.
100,000 subs. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
Oh, I won't be there for a while. Not unless like with my drone I catch some crazy thing happening where a
like
monkey jumps over a crocodile that's eating a giraffe that's running on top of an elephant.
You got to get like Bigfoot or something like that.
Oh yeah. This is actually the area where the Bigfoot thing started, was in northern Spokane. There's actually a bar called the Bigfoot Diner, and that's where the whole thing started, is up there. Yep. The first sighting was in Chewelah up north near here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are the home of Bigfoot.
That's crazy. Oh, Val said that she had friends that were working in the Pentagon at the time.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. In the Pentagon one, and then there was the field in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. We actually my first teaching job was near my hometown, which is in just about an hour north of New York City in the Hudson Valley, and we actually had kids who had parents who were working in the towers at the time.
Ooh.
But they were fortunate. I don't think we had any losses from them because there were a lot of people in the towers. They must have been working on the lower levels, but I couldn't imagine. The kids were called out right away.
Yeah.
As soon as it happened, the kids were gone. So, but I don't remember hearing of any of our kids losing any family in there. But it was scary to think of that.
Yeah, I had. There was one kid in my school that, like, somebody on the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania was like a third cousin, like far out cousin, but still somebody that they had met before.
Oh,
that was as close as it got to our. But I mean, we're all the way over here in Idaho and stuff, so it's a little farther away. There's a few degrees of separation there compared to where you were being only an hour north.
Yeah, we had a lot of commuters. Trains went into the city from where I was all the time. People worked in the city. Now, Craig says, Craig's, that's the way to look at it, man. You go for it. He only needs 998,070 subs left to get his plaque, man.
There you go.
That's positive thinking, man. You do it. You'll probably beat me.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Cindy? Cindy from EZC Productions is in here. She's the one who kind of I work with and talk to and stuff about that Rattlesnake Ridge. Yep.
Yeah, I've watched some of her stuff on Rattlesnake Ridge. I subbed her a while ago.
Yep. Hey, Mike Kelly, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, everybody who's coming in or leaving or whatever, if you guys haven't hit that like button, please do hit that like button. Helps me out. Can bring some more people in here and all that stuff. So a couple people in here. Or one person at least tonight I've never met. So that Kieran was she's a new person to me. So glad to meet someone new. Kieran Kashub. And again, I will butcher everybody's name. I mean, other than like names like Josh or David or Sue or something like that, where it's like 2 syllables, I'm terrible. I can't do it.
So in honor of Craigs, and he'll get a kick out of this, you'll have to excuse me. I got to go for a Johnny Cash. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Oh yes, I was there on that stream. I remember seeing that. Yeah, and so guys, while he's gone, I'm actually going to do one more of my trivia questions for you guys. And this one, some people may disagree with. Not really, but okay, so it's a true or false question. So you guys just write true or false. If you want to guess, you got a 50% chance. So true or false, all drones are quadcopters. True or false, all drones are quadcopters. Just go ahead and write your answer in the chat, and then we'll see what everybody thinks. So Val says it's false. Doughboy says it's false. Claude says it's false. Cindy says it's true. Craig says it's false. Rick says it's false. Yes, it is actually false, guys, because technically a quadcopter means it has 4 propellers on it. And there are some military drones that don't have really any propellers. They're actually jet turbine engines. There's some drones that have 6 propellers on them, so they wouldn't be a quadcopter, they'd be a hexacopter, stuff like that. So it's good, and that's why I like to do this stuff, is because it's kind of fun. And if you got it wrong, everybody learns something, and it's all just good. And I got one more question that we'll do. Oh, actually, no, I got 2 questions left. So I got 2 questions. But so Mark, I'll ask it since you got back, and we'll all put you on the spot here. So, true or false, all drones are quadcopters?
False.
There you go. Yep. Okay.
That one was easy because I have a 6-prop drone sitting over there right now.
Yeah. I saw this. There's this one at this hobby shop near us that I may end up getting, because I have a gift certificate from the wife and daughter for this place, and from Christmas that I have not used. So I need to go use that thing here soon. But there's this little like army guy that's like, it looks like he's hanging from a parachute, and it has just 2 propellers on it, and it's just for fun, and it's literally like meant to be crashed into the wall. Like it like lights up when you hit it into things. It's fun.
Now I'd say about maybe 5-6 years ago, I actually started messing around with drones. Nothing like these drones like DJI puts out. I actually made a couple of drones from scratch, and not quadcopters, not the racing type, just basic drones with learning about ESCs and all the motors and stuff like that. And I was getting my a lot of the gear from Hobby King, if anybody knows that company. I'm sure you do. And if you go to their website, I don't know if they do it anymore. They would have these drone lifting contests, people who made drones to see how heavy of weights they could lift. And the winner this one particular year, it had like 8 props on it. It was ginormous, and it lifted like 8 kegs of beer.
Holy cow!
Yeah, 8 kegs. I'm sorry, I exaggerated. 8 cases of beer. It was cases, but still,
Oh,
8 cases of beer. So he had them all wired together, and he showed all the bottles filled. And this thing, it was deadly looking. Now he didn't like fly it anywhere significant. He just lifted it off the ground about 20 feet.
that's still a
kind
lot.
of moved it around. But I'm like, okay, you know, I think that's why some of the laws started coming out, because some of these things you can build look dangerous, very dangerous.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing like math on this. So that's 192 beers. And what is it? 12 ounces per beer. That's we're looking at almost 2,400 ounces of beer.
Plus bottles and caps and cases. Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
So you're looking at least 150 pounds there.
Easily.
That's nuts. 150 pounds lifted by a drone.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight to lift for a hobby drone.
Yeah, I mean the thing can easily lift my wife, put her up in the air. They could lift her up there and let her carry one of those cases of beer with her because she might need it.
Yeah, right. Oh Lord.
Couple of cases of beer.
Trying to catch up on chat here.
Yeah, Kings of Darwin had the same idea. Yeah, the 8 cases of beer, you put 8 cases of beer in the air, and people are going to be trying to like grab ladders and.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't want to get near that thing, though. Oh, you should have heard the noise coming out of it.
Yeah. Well, Logan Rowe, you flew a drone for the first time today. That is awesome. What did you think? I want to know because I remember my first flight. I remember my first flight very well still. That is awesome. And congratulations. And what drone do you have? It's awesome seeing new people get into the hobby. I love it. That's why anytime anybody ever asks me or anything like that, or even if they're just, they look at me for more than 3 seconds when I'm flying, I always like to show them and go over and try to get to everybody that I can into the hobby.
Yeah, and Mr. Doughboy puts, how about the guy who put himself with all the balloons in his lawn chair? And if I remember correctly, he brought with him either a BB gun or some other type of rifle so that he could gauge his height and get himself back down by shooting the balloons one at a time to descend.
Did that work?
Yes,
I've never heard of it.
I'm sure you can find Google. I watched it. It does. He did do it. It's crazy.
That guy's my hero. He really is.
That's just pure insanity right there.
Yeah. Kings of Darwin said the same thing that I thought. Isn't that the movie Up? That's what I was thinking you were alluding to. But some guy actually did this. That's nuts.
Yep.
Logan, did you have to change your pants afterwards?
And if I'm not mistaken, he actually got some serious altitude too.
But
I think, to be fair, I think he was wearing a parachute also.
I hope
so.
I'm
not mistaken. If you didn't go up doing that without a parachute, then you are really, really going to win the Darwin Award for that. No offense, Kings in Darwin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, but Mr. Doughboy said he got in big trouble with the FAA. I would imagine he would. That's not a sanctioned flight.
Could you imagine being a pilot flying by and seeing this guy in a lawn chair flying by you? Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just having a plane go by him and seeing him like swirl from the jet wash.
Prop wash. Yeah, the wash.
Craigs is saying he's got to climb the apples and pears. Care to explain?
Yeah, that means stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I better address this so that you understand. Did you see Steve's last conspiracy stream?
I didn't catch that one at all. I will have to go back and look at it. But...
do you know what his first conspiracy was that he introduced?
No.
That Centroid aerial images secretly wants to be British.
True.
And true. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm here for
boom.
you.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, that's not a conspiracy. It's all true. Well, he's got proof, and he listed all the proof. One of which I am completely enamored with Cockney rhyming slang, which is what apples and pears are. It's a version of stairs. Now, if you've ever seen Goldmember, the movie with what's his name?
Yes.
Do you remember the scene where he meets his father for the first time and they break into some really fast speaking what sounds to be like utter gibberish and they have subtitles? Apparently they're speaking in Cockney rhyming slang, which is basically you take the word that you want to say, but you create a version of it with rhyming. Like I said, Johnny Cash, which rhymes with slash, which if you're from Britain means you want to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So basically, you replace what you're trying to say with something that means absolutely nothing. It has nothing related to it, but it rhymes. So if you're saying, that's a, like for example, I'm not going to repeat what it means. There's a Cockney rhyming slang for that they use. They use the words crystal cities, and I'll just I'll put it into context, and you'll be able to translate it.
Okay.
If I'm looking at a woman and I say, "What a pair of crystal cities she has," then you know what we're talking about.
Yep.
And instead of saying I got to go take a Johnny Cash, I could replace that with I need to go take a Bruce Lee. And I just think it's hysterical because if I could learn it and do it well, especially with the accent, then I could actually use these terms in my classroom and the kids would have no idea what I'm saying and I could be just ranking on them the whole time and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
That's what intrigues me about it. So because I enjoy Cockney rhyming slang, and apparently there was this other time where he had a guest on, young lad. His screen name is his channel name is Gimmicks. He had said something, and I didn't even realize I said it. I referred to him as mate.
Oh
I
yeah,
said, no worries,
I was
mate.
there. I was there when it happened. I was part of the ones giving you the crap for it.
Yes, and to be fair though, I have just as many acquaintances on YouTube from Australia. So I guess I guess I'm having an identity crisis. I apparently want to be everything but American.
Yep. But and yeah, it's I caught part of that stream when you guys were talking about but I was there late. I mean, like I think that was the one where Craigs and Steve were not all that well yet anymore.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's when my channel went down. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
But by the way, Logan, I guarantee you now are all about, and you're super excited about getting a drone of your own. Because like when I got my first one, the wife got it as like a stocking stuffer that didn't quite fit into a stocking, and I went out inside and flew it within like 40 minutes. I don't even think I waited for it to completely charge up, and I got it on the neighbor's roof, landed it not so softly against my car, all within like 30 minutes. It was only 30 minutes because it took a while to get the ladder to get it off the neighbor's roof.
Oops. I didn't catch it in chat. What drone did he say he had?
I didn't see, but he said it went only about 100 and something yards before the video feed cut out. I'm starting to wonder if he had something like this one or something. Maybe I have a Hubsan here, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a Hubsan because some of their video feeds go out a little earlier than Controls, so it might have been one of those.
And Mr. Doughboy put something in chat that I'm assuming would be considered Cockney rhyming slang. He says, "I'm gonna take a stoop." Yeah, I guess that could work.
Would work. That would work.
Kings and Darwin just says, "Just got of the dog, give the dog a bone," or "Just got of the dog a bone and bone." Okay, just got of the dog and bone. I'm not so sure what that would be though.
I'm not sure either. I don't know if I want to ask sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, he borrowed it from School Bell. That's cool. I really like that schools are doing that, like what Gary's doing, And do you guys have any kind of program in your school, Mark?
Well, actually, it's funny you mention it. I got involved with CNY Drones. Well, I'm starting to get involved with CNY Drones, which is the
Yeah.
organization that Paul,
Yep.
I should say Louis P. Floyd is involved in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to actually, starting soon, I want to start to see if I can strike up interest. And it doesn't take much. I only need 4 or 5 students and $500, which if I had to, I'd fund it myself
Yeah.
to have our own team compete with the CNY drones. Now, if I can get the school to sanction it, even if I pay for it myself, it'd be nice for it to be school sponsored, at least be able to put the school name on it and get involved with this. But I'm going to be helping with them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe get a team or two, because it's really cool. It promotes team building, problem solving. They build drones. They have to have them, complete challenges and such. It's really, really cool. And I was worried there for a bit because you mentioned the word drone, and some people just say nope, 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 liability. But what's really cool is, number one of our administrators in the higher ups actually is a drone guy, so he's the guy I'm going to go to first, because I know he won't just say no.
Yeah.
And the school can't talk about costs for liability, because if we do this, $75 gets you site insurance, liability insurance, up to like something ridiculous, like $5 million.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Are you talking about the AMA
No,
program?
that's for personal. I'm talking about site insurance, which is
Oh, gotcha.
usually very expensive. So basically, it would be it would cover anything that would happen inside the building, because most of the activities are done like in a gymnasium or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're insuring the building, which is technically a commercial property, which would usually be very expensive. But I think it might be through the AMA, but it's not the same policy that a person who's a member gets for personal liability. This is for the whole site.
Nice.
And the kids get the insurance for free. They get their own personal insurance for free because they become members, and the school gets site insurance. So if I were flying a drone and I accidentally hurt somebody in the process or damaged something,
Mm-hmm.
you know what happens in the States? Everybody gets named in a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it's me, the school will get named as well. So the school will have the protection.
Nice.
So money wise, it's actually very inexpensive.
Yeah, $75 a year is nothing.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you can't. I mean, aside from it being a political kind of taboo, drones, it's almost like a no-brainer. It's like, okay, teacher's going to pay for it. The insurance is cheap. Why would you say no?
Yeah. Yeah. My mom does a rocket launching thing at the end of the year, and I think her principal is going to let me fly that thing as well this year. So it's going to be the last year that she does it. Now, I have been asked by some of the other teachers to, hey, I know your mom's retiring, but we really need help with this rocket launching, because keeping the kids in line is kind of what the teachers do. And then what I do is I keep the kids, I guess, doing what they're supposed to be doing, helping them launch the rockets, running the air compressor and generator and all the stuff that we need and stuff. And so that's kind of what I do. So I think I might still continue to do it even though my mom retires, just because I have such a blast.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's
that's
so
cool.
fun. So, all right, guys, I am going to do one more trivia question here really quick. So this one is, what is the maximum weight a drone hobbyist can register? A drone hobbyist. What is the maximum weight a drone hobbyist can register in the United States?
Oh, I used to know that, but I'm curious to see what answers come up.
Yeah, so everybody give me your answer, whatever you guys think. Mr. Doughboy says 15 pounds. I will give you a hint. It is higher than 15 pounds.
Recaliber says 55 pounds.
I'm going to say that one person has it correct so far, but I'm not going to name them yet. Yeah, in the United States, Rick has it right there. It is 55 pounds.
That's
Basically,
still,
it's 20
still a heavy. That's still a heavy drone though
Yeah,
for a hobbyist.
the Matrice or whatever is like 32 pounds.
Yeah,
And that's
that's a
like,
beast.
that thing is huge. It's like an octocopter, I think, or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's a beast. I mean, you're hanging a full-fledged video camera off of that thing. None of these little gimbals like you see on these drones.
Yeah.
That thing is amazing. That thing's a beast. I mean, it's funny. When I was interviewing Rodney tonight, I'd asked him what drone he would like, and the Inspire 2 is beautiful. I'd love to have one of those, but I'm like, I'd like to take a crack at a Matrice once just to see what it'd be like.
Yeah. It'd be like flying a tank. I imagine that thing doesn't corner very well.
No, but I'm just wondering. I mean, I'd have to the price for a Matrice has got to be over 10 grand easily.
It's like
easily.
It's like 9.5 for just the thing. And Rick Halber is actually correct. It's up to, but not including 55 pounds. So yeah, it's 54.999. I forgot about that. He's right there. Yeah, it can't be 55 pounds. It has to be under 55 pounds. And then you're required to register it over 0.55 pounds, which is 250 grams. But even that is changing if it can go a certain distance. They're requiring you. That's the part of the new stuff that they're enacting and all that good junk. That's why I made it the higher end, because I know that didn't change.
Kings and Darwin's going to get some lunch. He'll check us out if we're still on. Take care, man. Eat well.
Yep. Kings and Darwin, thank you for coming in. I'm probably going to be on for maybe another 15, 20 minutes, so not going to be on too much longer, but I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, man. Absolutely.
And Mr. Doughboy says, imagine the Matrice at terminal velocity.
I wouldn't want to be around it. I mean, even just like, like this drone, I mean, this drone is pretty light, but if for some reason it was able to fall at a super high rate of speed, the thing is they kind of feather down if they fall, especially when they're like this and made out of really thin plastic.
But, well, I mean, even unless, like, for example, I have the Typhoon H, and it's designed so that if one prop goes, it will actually send itself home with the other five. But even so, if you got a few motors running, it's gonna come down fast. No joke, but I'm sure it's not gonna drop like a stone lead weight unless all the props go.
Yeah, I imagine if you lose a couple of them, it's not going to do much. They'll kind of do that.
Yeah, it'll come down, but it's gonna fight to stay up, and so it won't come down as hard as as if all the props went.
Yeah, until it gets. Well, I imagine it's going to be trying to keep itself at the GPS level that it was at when it hit, and then when it can't do that, it's just going to motor current error, max out the motors, and then turn itself off. Because I think that's what happened to Ken Herons. Yeah. It was trying to go up for about half of the fall, and then that's when it just died. So.
And Mr. Doughboy makes reference to 2-pound tether cars that have broken legs. Do you know what a tether car is?
I don't. What is a tether car?
Those things, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, those things are beastly. Basically, if I'm not mistaken, it's a gas-powered car, and it's attached to a cable, and it only goes in a circle. Now, I don't know what the goal is with them, other than high speeds to see how fast you can get them to go. But basically, imagine a circle, concrete circle, maybe, I don't know, 60 feet in diameter, maybe 40 feet in diameter, with a cable attached to the middle. The car is attached to that, and then you rev this thing up, and you just let that thing go, and it just whizzes around. And these cars are if I'm not mistaken, metal. So you got some girth to these things, and they fly around that course.
I think I have seen a video with one of them. It's went like 180 something miles an hour.
Yeah, tethers move over 100 miles an hour. They are fast. So I hope I'm doing it justice with my description. I don't know the dimensions, but I've seen them run. They are ridiculous.
That is
ridiculous. And I think the goal is to see if you can break a record, see how fast you can get them to go. So yeah.
And these are 2-pound cars going over 100 and something miles an hour. Just like the craziness of that.
And the sounds, yeah. The ones I've seen, the body styles are like the old racing cars, with the
Mhm.
open cockpits. You see the guys with the leather head, helmets with the goggles,
Yeah,
the really old sports cars. Those are the ones I've seen running. So, they got the aerodynamics, and they're really narrow and thin. So you've got good aerodynamics, and those things just whip around that track.
that's kind of crazy. I wonder like what happens if like somehow, well, that's probably how they break legs, is like if somehow they get like slack in a line,
Hmm.
or like what if like that there's something that gets like pried up or whatever as it's going around, and that rope just, that tether just starts going around. It'll look like what's that game? I think tether ball, a game of tether ball
Yeah,
in
yeah.
about half a second.
Oh yeah, they're considered antiques now. I don't think they run them as much as they used to, but basically those old cars are worth a lot of money. The old hobby cars that did that, they're crazy.
That is really cool. And now I'm gonna have to go look up one of those videos before I go to bed to watch one of those tether cars. Now that I know what they're called, so I thought, like I said, I thought I saw a small video with like it had that as like a part of it. It was like a compilation type thing or something.
It's funny you mentions it. I think I've seen it on like one of those antique road shows, or like trying to think of it. Pawn Stars or something like that, where they get invited out to appraise certain things, and then they show how they run. That might have been where I've seen them, but those things are quick.
That is crazy awesome. Crazy awesome. Pickers on the Pickers show. That's what he was. Rick
Yeah,
was saying.
yeah.
So
Like I can't think of the name of the shows, but the ones where they're looking for antiques and stuff like that.
yeah,
American Pickers. That's it. That's the
yeah,
show I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking of.
yeah. Those are the two guys that basically like they get a call from somebody like, hey, there's this blah 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 that you guys should go really look at, and then they'll go drive out there, talk to
Oh,
the
and they
person who
do.
has it, and
Those guys, they go out across the country doing this.
yeah,
They live on the road finding stuff.
and they usually like they'll go to find look at one thing, and then they'll find like three other things in that person's garage that are like of value, and I'm sitting here looking at my garage like, I
Yeah,
wonder
I got
what I would
nothing.
have. Yeah,
I got nothing.
I got this bridge that my daughter and I built out of popsicle sticks.
Well, you'd be surprised. I've watched some of those shows. You'd be surprised what they consider like folk art, and that you never know. You'd be surprised that some of that old folk art actually is worth a lot of money, not because of the materials used, but because of the history and the culture behind it that people find intriguing. So
Hmm.
I'm like, wow. So keep up with those popsicle sticks. You never know.
Yeah, I might be the Thomas Kincaid of popsicle stick bridges.
There you go.
Yeah, she and I were building it, and it was just supposed to be like a bridge for the what are they called? Shopkins car or something that she has
Hmm.
for her to play. And I was like, oh, this is a really fun project we can do, and I'll show you, Bella, how trusses work and all this other stuff, and how basically triangles help you disperse weight to the outside. And she's like, uh-huh.
Yeah, you took the fun right out of it, didn't you? You
Yeah.
sucked it right out.
No, she still had fun. I mean, we
No,
also
it's
were
good.
doing the thing where you put glue on your hand and then you let it dry and you try to peel
Oh,
it all up in one piece.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Know that all too well.
oh, that's
My
right.
bud,
Yeah, Doughboy. I remember him saying that last week.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I mean that if you're into picking, you can find some good stuff if you're in the right place at the right time.
oh yeah.
I don't have the patience for that though. I'd never make a good picker.
Oh yeah. So guys, I am going to do the last trivia question here for the night, and then we'll just kind of start slowing everything down and starting to say goodbye and stuff. But this one is going to be based on the most popular drone company out there.
Gee, I wonder which one that is.
It is, what does DJI stand for?
Oh,
And it's the most popular company out there, and
I know.
99% of the people out there don't know what it stands for offhand.
I know what it's made of. I can't think of the names. I know the last word, but I'm not going to give it out there. I know the last word because this came up, and
Mhm.
it, actually in the conspiracy stream because of the letters DJI meaning something totally different.
Oh,
But
really? So we'll go ahead and say, Bearded said DJI stands for DJI. He wins. You have 10 Cassius, Mr. Doughboy? Okay. So yes, everybody try to find what DJI means, but I have to ask you this, Doughboy. Have you ever laid in one? Like I would lay in one. Just
oh yeah, I tried it. I
and
tried one on for size.
I do like the I live thing, you know.
Now, what would be really awesome if you could make a drone out of one of those caskets?
Oh yeah.
Drone Japanese India. Yeah, I don't think so. Boeing.
Yeah, Boeing. Oh man, could you imagine like you know how Ken Heron does his "Would you ride it" things?
hmm
Could you imagine if Doughboy made a drone out of
Casket.
casket and then sent it into him about "Would you ride it"?
I mean, that's almost kind of like a little foreshadowing, isn't it? You know, I'm gonna fly it, but when I crash, you can just bury me in it.
Oh man, Doughboy says 7 of the 10 caskets in that place are for children. That's creepy.
That's easier to make a drone out of.
Yeah. Hey,
Sorry.
Grandma's greenhouse. How are you? Yeah. So, guys, Mark is going to give you the last word, and then I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll call it.
I want to say the two first letters have to do with the name of the person who created it, but I can't pronounce it. And the last word I think is industries.
Nope.
Ah,
It's the last word is innovations.
innovations. Okay.
Yep, innovations.
But am I right about the first two letters? I just don't know how to say
I
the
think
name.
it's the region that it was developed, the region
Maybe.
of China
Maybe.
that it was
Maybe.
developed in. But so
But go ahead.
it's Dan Jiang. Okay, I guarantee I pronounced it wrong, but DAN. I'll type it in chat. How about I do that? That's probably better for everybody.
Now the conspiracy as to DJI, which people think is has to do with the jinn, which is actually spelled DJI with an N, or a variation of it that
Oh,
that's some sort of demon that has some
yeah,
sort of corporeal presence that in the real world and flies from one place to the other, and the whole
yeah.
idea is that this is, you know, they have control and this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, there's a whole conspiracy about the
Yeah,
name too, but it's not
Dijin.
that.
Yeah, I've heard of the Dijin. I haven't heard of that as a conspiracy theory on why they named it DJI, but I've heard of Dijin and all that stuff. So.
Bearded Phantom says drone just innovations. I win. Free DJIs for all.
Yeah,
Nice.
I can't quite afford that, but yeah,
Now Paul Murray went to bed, right?
he did. He did a while
He
ago.
turned
Yep.
in because he's you know, I was messing with him earlier because we were talking about, you know, how Ken Heron was sent. I mean, of all people. I mean, no dig on Ken Heron. I'm glad for him, but somebody sent him a fully loaded Inspire 2 with all the trimmings.
Yeah, I don't think
And
it was. I don't think
and
it
I'm
was
like,
Paul.
yeah, no, but I was messing with Paul because we were talking about, you know, if anybody had a spare Inspire 2 lying around, just send it our way. Gosh, I'd love somebody to give me one of those. But we were
Mm-hmm.
messing with Paul about he's got the two Mavic Enterprises.
Yep.
And he was supposed to send you one. Is that still on?
Oh no, he's not. It's just a joke that I like messing with him.
I know. Well, I was saying that in the chat. I said,
Yeah.
you know, because Rodney wanted somebody to send him. I said, you know, Paul's in the chat. He's got a spare Enterprise. Let's see if we can get him to send you that. Paul's
No,
like,
but
no.
yeah, no. If Paul did want to sell me one of them, I might. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think he's going to. But yeah, no. There was a thing that somebody sent him a DJI Inspire 2, and you know what? The funniest thing is that you bring this up. I thought for a while that it might have been Paul.
Really?
Oh yeah, for a while I thought it was Paul, but I don't think it was him.
But that man gets, yeah, I'm sure he gets sent a ton of stuff. And I'm like,
Hmm.
he don't need that.
What I'm more jealous about is not the drones, but the candy that gets sent.
Oh, did you see the food that he got sent tonight? The stuff that
No,
looked like rabbit food? And it was
no.
spicy. Oh, it looked awful. Looked
Yeah.
awful.
Someone send me the components. I'll make an infant coffin drone. Dude, that would be both creepy, but at the same time, it's one of those things I would definitely be watching it. You should make it, dude. I'm not joking.
I bet you'd get a ton of hits on that one.
A ton, a ton.
Especially if you can get something like I Spike Scully and put him as the pilot.
Oh yeah, or like a Cabbage Patch Kid or something like
Oh,
that, or
Lord.
whatever. Yeah,
But that's morbid and awesome all at the same time.
it is. But at the same time, I am telling you, you should do it because I will be watching.
I would. I'd be watching it. I'd showcase that puppy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And Ken gets a lot of camera stuff too. I have a camera that I've been using for some indoor stuff for my photography and stuff for real estate, but I don't know if I've ever shown really that thing on camera here at all or not. But
what do you use?
I think I have it right here. Hold on a second.
Rick, I didn't see the bathtub drone, but I saw the guys who made the fixed wing airplane out of a toilet.
Yeah, it's a Nikon D5300, I think is what it is. Right there. And I've got, I don't know, 5 or 6 lenses or whatever, or 4 lenses, sorry.
Well, if we're going to do a you show me yours, I'll show you mine thing. Let me go get mine.
There you go. Nice go camera. Grab it. Yeah. And I know this one is not like the top of the line one, everybody, but at the same time, I haven't used one of these very much, so I didn't want to get something that was too complicated. Hey. Oh, wow. Can't look at the screen with that. But I didn't want to get something that was too complicated that I wouldn't be able to use. So that's why I got this one. But it's pretty nice. It takes really good pictures. I wish it had a little bit better performance in low light, but that's about it. Everything else is pretty good. And I've got a ton of, like I said, literally a ton of stuff. I've got my little, oh man, this might trip out. Okay, guys, if you guys have problems with bright, flashy lights, oh, that like made my camera all flip out there. Did you see that, Mark?
No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we won't do that anymore.
This is what I use. And I bought this probably, I think maybe 2 months before the Osmo Pocket came out.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Osmo Plus.
Oh, nice.
And I almost regretted getting it after I saw the Osmo Pocket, but what I like about this guy is I can detach the camera, and I actually bought a cable that will run like 80 inches, and I can mount this with suction cups anywhere. And what I like about it is, and this is something that if I ever got into interior photography for real estate, it'll do 360 panoramics. It'll do
that's cool,
like a fisheye, like a real wide angle. It'll take like 9 shots and stitch them together. But what's really cool is if you set this up somewhere, anywhere, and I don't even need the cable. You can put it on a stand with the handle. You control it with your phone. You have to have your phone. It's got a DJI app. It's not the 4, but the app. And you know how on the Mavics, how you can touch the screen and drag it, and it'll move your gimbal.
Correct.
Well, I can do that with this, and I can remotely control where the camera's looking.
Cool. Can
which
you
is
adjust
kinda
your
cool.
focus auto with it or
Oh yeah,
manually
you can
with
do
it?
everything. You can do everything. You can do video, you can do still, you can change the
Nice.
settings, you can get filters for it. And it's a nice little thing, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's built really well. I've had to do a repair because the little collar here is only held in with little tiny screws and it's screwed into plastic. And it took a couple of falls and it broke. And
Oh,
the handle's $170 to replace.
dang.
And but I was able to repair it oddly enough using my 3D printer and making a tool. So this collar is now glued in and it's holding well. It's doing really well. So I I'm gonna keep this going until I have to buy a handle. But it's a nice little camera. In fact,
Yeah.
I mounted this my last vlog. I mounted this on that little suction cup, and I was able to control it. Yeah, it's like a little thumbstick. And when I
Hmm.
was vlogging, I had it stuck to the windshield of my truck, facing at me. And once I got it dialed in, it was cool because it's pretty versatile. But it's a nice little camera. It's 4K.
Nice. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I honestly, I've seen a lot of people do reviews on that one and then the Osmo Pocket next to it, and a lot of people still higher end like the one that you have better
Well,
because it's got
you're
a better
looking.
sensor and everything than the Osmo Pocket and all
Well, it is bigger, so you get the better sensor, I guess. And the thing I like about it too is
that.
you're using your phone. You got a bigger screen. I know you can probably do that with the Osmo Plus, but I mean the number of attachments you can get for this thing your phone can be on attached to the side, and you can be and you can hold the phone. Like I said, I like using it stationary, being away from it, and filming using my phone to actually control where the camera is looking. So
Now,
it's a nice little camera.
doesn't it also you can detach that camera and use like the GoPro or some other camera of your own, or no?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's interesting. I mean, they have the DJI Mobile, which is essentially the same thing,
hmm,
but it doesn't come with the camera. It comes with a cradle, and you put your phone on it,
phone
and your
in it.
phone's the camera, and it has
Yeah,
the whole gimbal stabilization with that as well. This
yeah.
has got the camera built, as part of it. Like I said, it's a nice little camera. It's a fun toy.
Nice.
Same concept as what they hang off the bottom of drones and stuff. So
Yep, yep. Cool.
I get
Doughboy, 6 to 8 pounds. Not a really cheap one. No, I mean, get some fans.
what's that? What's he
Oh,
asking?
he's trying to figure out how he can build that coffin drone for cheap.
I don't think it's gonna be cheap.
No, I think
Not
you're.
at that. Yeah, how much does one of those small caskets weigh? Is the first question I would
I
ask.
think that's what he's got, the 6 to 8 pounds for the
Really?
smaller one.
Oh wow. Yeah. I definitely probably wound up putting at least 8 props on that puppy.
You know, Rick, I have not seen. I don't know. I might have to check to see. I have not seen a video from the Everyday Dad in a long time, like a long time. I don't know what happened to his channel as far as me getting notifications, and then I forgot about it. Like that's how long it's been. I don't think I've seen one of his videos in 4 months. The Everyday Dad. Have you seen any of his stuff, Mark?
No, I have not.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Well, based on what you said about the matrice, if you ever got a husk of a matrice that somebody crashed, you might be able to use that. But now you're talking a lot of money even on a broken matrice.
Yeah. I would imagine your Typhoon could lift 6 to 8 pounds. I mean, the
The
guts of it
Typhoon
are.
H, I've seen people lift like two, like 16-ounce bottles of water,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna tell you, it's not very stable when it does it. It can
Yeah.
do it, but I would, and that's what I try to tell people. If they're thinking about doing any lifting with their hobby drones or even our photo drones, like even the Typhoon H or the Mavics or even the Phantoms and stuff, those motors and props are designed to only lift the weight of the drone. You start putting payload on it, now you're going to stress out the motors and the components, overheat it. You're gonna wear them down. They're designed just perfectly for the weight to maximize the battery time. So I wouldn't I always tell people I don't recommend using any of these drones for any payload, to be honest with you.
What if, because this is an idea that I have, what if I dangle my toothbrush from the drone and I'm trying to brush my teeth with the drone with my toothbrush on a string?
I think you're fine. I want to see that.
I've been thinking about doing it, but I want to do it when it's not winter.
Well, before I did my research on drones and knowing a little bit more about what they can and can't do, I actually told my friend who lives around the block from me, I said, when I get my drone, I'm going to deliver you a beer with my drone. I think that'd be hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, it wouldn't be for very long. But I think it'd be kind of funny to see a drone come near your house, lower down with a beer tied to a string.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the video that I did of clearing my driveway with the drone, trying to clear it of snow? Oh, I tried to clear it of snow with the drone, and
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and I actually did it a couple times this summer because it actually worked really well of clearing the grass off of your sidewalk and stuff.
Oh, there you go.
It really worked well.
I've seen people clear their gutters of dried leaves with their drones.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to go up there. They fly their drone above their gutters and they fly it along the gutters and it just pulls all the stuff out. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Yep, it is. It is. But hey, Mark, appreciate you coming in, man. I know it's
no problem, man.
Pretty late for you, but I'm going to go ahead and take off, everybody. And again, I appreciate Mark coming in, and I appreciate all you guys coming on as well.
Take care, everybody.
Yep, I will see you guys all later. And again, every single week, 7 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock Eastern time, I'm on Thursdays, every single week. Except for one week when Mark did it for me. And yeah, go ahead, Mark. Plug your thing.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Absolutely.
I'm going to be interviewing Dennis Lovelady this Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. And yes, I'm going to be asking him about his Mavic 2 Zoom. So you heard about that, right?
No, I haven't been able to be on Roger's show much this week because I have had a couple really long days.
Yeah, well, he did it. I'm sure he's sick about talking about it, but I got to ask him. Let's just say he's happy he has State Farm insurance or some other insurance. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So again, 7 o'clock Eastern time, Central Aerial Images. I'll be chatting with Dennis Lovelady, part of the Sunday Sunrise crew.
Nice. And that's on Saturday that you're doing that, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay. Well, hey, guys, check that out. Go on to, if you guys don't have Mark's channel, go ahead and type something in, Mark, just in case. Yep. But I think most everybody here has seen you before. But he's going to type in something, you guys. So check out his channel Saturday at 7 Eastern. And then, like I said, my channel here every Thursday. Every now and then, just randomly, I'll do a live chat, I guess. I did a lot of that this weekend because I didn't have a ton to do. But this weekend, and I'm going to miss it, so I'm going to have to watch it on replay, Mark, because I'm going to be up at the cabin where we don't have internet.
You know what? That actually sounds refreshing. I need a break from YouTube myself.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like I'll do some flight and stuff and get some content for my channel, but it really is nice not having internet. Like we've thought about getting internet, like satellite internet, up at the cabin, and every time we think about doing it, we're like, man, but that's what you come up here to miss. So
yeah, then you appreciate it when you come back, but you want the peace and quiet.
Yep. So, hey, guys, thank you guys all in chat for coming in. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Mark,
have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for coming in. And everybody, please do not forget to hit that like if you haven't already. And I don't think everybody's hearing you anymore, Mark. But, guys, don't forget to hit that like. And thank you so much for coming in. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later.